Holy shit, I am so exhausted. I did 3 hours straight of the productivity power hours, and I gotta tell you, I crushed it. I got so much done in my yard. I got that huge ass tree branch, cut up and into log sizes for the fireplace. Not my fireplace, but I'm gonna give them to my mom because she has a wood burning stove. Man, I got my weed whacker working. It worked great. I just ran out of battery, which I was glad because my arms were like jello after going around the yard and running around the yard and weed whacking the whole property. I still got a lot of weed whacking to do, but I got a really good jump start on it. Got a bunch of garbage pulled up. Like there was, that black paper, not paper, but it's like a black mesh that you put down on the ground so that nothing grows up from underneath it, and then you throw a bunch of, um, shit. You just throw mulch on it, stuff like that, so that nothing can grow on it. There was a bunch of that just lying around the yard in big heaps, just covered in clumps of grass and weeds and all sorts of shit. So I got that all pulled out and thrown in the back of my truck and took it to the garbage can. I got a bunch of organizing done in the shop. Man, I feel like I really made a dent. Um, I was about ready to mow my lawn, but I was just pretty exhausted, and I worked so hard that I actually got an appetite, which it's been a while since I've just really been hungry, especially after I had a good breakfast. But yeah, no, I really feel good. I got a lot of good workouts in within those 15-minute segments of getting productive stuff done. I got some really good workouts in between. My whole body is sore. I wanted to keep going, but I think I need to at least take a couple hours off, and we'll see where I'm at after that. I got some curtains cut. I had some curtains. I have this huge sunroom, like big sunroom in the front of my house, and I got these curtains, but the curtains, although they're perfect width-wise, they were 18 inches too long. Really more like 20 inches too long. Well, even more than that. We'll say 22 inches too long. And they were like drooped on the floor, and I've got a 4-board heater right underneath them, so I really needed to get those cut. And my mom's actually coming out tomorrow with her sewing machine, and she's gonna hem the bottoms of them. So I got those cut, and once that gets hemmed up, it's gonna be perfect. I'm so excited. Like this room is coming along as well. So yeah, overall, a good day. I mean, if I stop now, it's a good day, but if I can get more done, then I'll be just out the roof, like happy. So I did get my gratitude card, and it was funny because I keep talking about this new routine that I'm doing, and I kind of took this the wrong way at first, but then I realized that I'm doing exactly what the card states. So the card, first it has this cool quote. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Mary Oliver. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? Beautiful, like beautiful quote. What is it you plan to do with your one wild, precious life? And it is precious, this life. And it is wild. It's a wild ride. And I think we get caught up in routines. Poor routines is the routines I'm talking about. Not this new routine that I'm trying to get myself into to jumpstart my life, but you get really busy in life, and you kind of get it. Like the routine that I'm envisioning right now is the routine that I'm trying to break free of, and that was the stress of work, and going to work in the morning, and just being stressed throughout that whole process, and being stressed throughout the day, and then letting that stress come home with me and not doing anything productive and drinking almost every night and just drinking my sorrows away and feeling like shit the next day and then just kind of repeating that and repeating it and letting my body go and just not really giving a shit and just kind of looking at the world in a pessimistic way and you just got to break out of that and realize that this is the one chance you have at life. You don't get another one. This is it, and you got to make the most of it every day. You got to make the most of it, and that's what I'm trying to do with this, with this new routine that I'm in. So breaking one negative routine with a positive one, but I'll read the gratitude statement. So this card is for inspiration, and it says, "Step outside of your routine today. Enjoy the freedom it brings." And so when I read that, I was a little offended. I'm like, I'm trying to get into the routine, and then I realized that that's what I'm doing right now. By going through this productivity power hour, I'm breaking out of my normal routine, because my normal routine on Saturdays was either have a bunch of beer or whiskey and sit around the house and play video games, or go to the Kilgore bar and eat and have a few beers. It was just nothing productive, nothing that was making me happy. So I feel like I am breaking out of that routine by doing what I'm doing today and really putting a positive step forward, positive step forward by incorporating this in my life. And I just have to continually reinforce, the positive impact that this is having on me, and continually, beat down any temptations that I might have to go back to that normal routine, that routine that was killing me. So there's an internal and an external gratitude portion to this. And the internal gratitude, mental, emotional, physical. Today, ask yourself this: what inner space am I protecting through my habits? And how are they perhaps holding me back from evolving into the next version of myself? I think that's such a beautiful thing to think about. What habits do I have? Do I just wake up in the morning and go straight to the TV? I used to do that. I would wake up and just go straight to the TV, turn it on, turn a video game on, and that was holding me back for sure. Like, I was not doing anything to boost my mental health or my physical health. So I think that that's a beautiful thing to think about internally. External gratitude, relational, community, creative, work. The more complex our responsibilities in the world, the more we tend to routinize our lives. The order appears to keep chaos at bay, or to soothe fears of dropping even one of those balls. What if, just for today, you consider the idea that the complexity of your responsibilities is a story, along with the many other stories you tell yourself, and that the world tells you on a daily basis? What if you reframed your roles in the world, in relationships, in community, in creative projects, and in your professional life, as being no more and no less complex than those played by every other human being that ever existed? Your task here is to reconsider the amount of pressure you put on yourself to take certain steps and perform certain duties. You are not a body designed simply to toil. You are a human being, an animal, a spirit. So for now, don't overthrow your life or your routine, but remember, it's okay to have a sense of humor about it. Do one thing today that bucks the norm. Allow a bit of your rebel fire to shine through, and notice at the end of the day how this may subtly shift your perspective on things. Yeah, that is a beautiful thing. Whew. Well, like I said, I am completely pooped. I did eat something, so now I feel like I satisfied the hunger portion, but I am totally exhausted, so I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I may just lay down for a bit and decide if I want to keep going today with this routine. Like I said, I feel like I accomplished so much that if I stop now, I wouldn't be disappointed. Um, but something inside me tells me I want to keep going. So I'm going to rest my body for a little bit longer, and then I think I'm going to jump back into it. But um, I think this will be my last recording for the day, at least. But I appreciate anybody that's riding along with me. The ramblings of a recovering alcoholic is what I'm thinking about calling this. Um, but who knows? All right. You guys have a great day. Enjoy this beautiful day. I hope it's as beautiful as it is here in your area. Gosh, I've got my windows open. The breeze is blowing through. The air smells so clear. It's just magical. Have a great day, everyone. Bye.